Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Today we have more mail! Hooray! We're getting mail again! It's from Margie. Getting mail. What does Margie have for us? Dear Steven, just thought like sending you a present to show how much I appreciate you, and I appreciate you so much. Hope you like my gift, your friend Margie. I'm sure I'm gonna. Unless it's like a trash can. It's an earthy knit shirt. I'm pretty sure I've already had one of these. Yeah. And we do also have the gold armor suit. You know, I could have some gold armor on. I don't really want to have gold armor on, though. Oh, morning. I don't want to yawn. But it's just gonna happen. I can't help it. This one's what I'm on now. I am really gonna have to come through and, like, clean out my storage at some point. Now, I did check turnip prices after I finished recording yesterday, and they were 60. So, not great. It's now Thursday. Maybe we've just got another late spike. 2 late spikes in a row? Good chance this was a Monday morning was the only good price we're going to see kind of week. And I didn't even see what price that was, so I have no idea. 57. I'm gonna wait and see how the afternoon looks. But if the price goes down again, I'm just gonna sell. Because there's very little chance that the price is going to recover to the point where it'll actually be viable to wait. So, that's my thought process right now, at least. Now, if the price goes up, even if it just goes up to like 80, I might hold out and see what tomorrow morning looks like. Just because, like, it could get better. I was not yawning before I started recording. What does this music do to me, man? I need to try sleeping to Animal Crossing music. Because, boy, does it make me tired. Cheddar, hello, Parmesan. You want to talk about Parmesan? Let's want to chat. Start giving me a great tip about how I can be a superstar someday. To remind the future me just how much star power I have. Yeah, I can help. It's been a while since we've been asked to do a time capsule. Probably because my letters have been full. I don't think they can ask you if your letters are full. Yeah, it's totally gonna be hidden away somewhere. Furry. Bam. Yeah, I don't know much what to yap about. Honestly, I've not really been doing much today other than playing some Eve. I did play a little Path of Exile 2 after I finished recording yesterday, but nothing really, like, noteworthy to mention, so... Hey, perfect timing, sister. Oh, hey, this is short notice and a little weird, but can I come over to your house, like, right now? It's just, I've been real curious about your place for a while now. It's been bugging me. What do you say? Alright. Awesome. It's gonna be great. Let's get going, sister. Did get myself a new ship in Eve, though, which is pretty cool. I am gonna have to, like, math out how efficient it is. Because it's the Kronos, the Galante Marauder. Which basically means I'm actively using ammo now, and that means, like, I run the risk of losing money shooting at things. Why, body, why? Heh, nice place, sister. Ah, this house is very you, sister. This place is starting to smell just like you. Does that make sense? House usually ends up smelling like the people in it, right? Maybe that goes for my house too. Eh, it's kind of embarrassing when I think about it. I mean, like, it's more you smell like your stuff, and your stuff is in your house. So, you know. This room. Well, I suppose it suits your personality, sister. You're having problems with my room? Is it because I have Penelope's picture up here and not yours? Is that what it is? Is that... I'm just gonna sit in my chair. I'm just gonna sit here. Is you're insulting my room? But, yeah. It is a nice solid ship. And I do have a slightly, like, different fit philosophy with it, as opposed to my Paladin, so... Namely down to, it's fit with railguns, which are the long-range guns for, the hybrid weapons, and my Paladin is fit with pulse lasers, the short-range weapon for lasers. The thing is, like, the pulse lasers with long-range ammo are the same range as these railguns are with their DPS ammo, which basically means that this DPS ammo is actually significantly better, but compared to blaster short range, like, there's a lot that goes into those calculations. Like, blasters are comically short range. What do you think is a better cleaning technique? Wiping up and down or side to side? No, I'm not thinking of cleaning up this place. I'm just trying to figure out the fastest way to do my own cleaning at home. I think I've made mention of this, but if you're a teacher, up and down. If you're not, whichever you prefer. Alright, well, I think I've done just about damage. I think I've done just about enough damage for one day. Thanks for having me over. I had a great time, sister. Cause, basically, when you do side to side, like, even if you're sitting in a chair and you do this, you're going to probably notice that you shake your hips. That's just how we as humans work. You can't not shake your hips. It's just part of what our body does for that motion. Meanwhile, with up and down, you don't. Which is why, if you're a teacher... like, that's legitimately why teachers do up and down. It's not, like, faster or anything. It's just so they're not shaking their butts in people's faces. Which is fair. It's just one of those quirks of humans. Like, humans are such interesting creatures. Like, there's so many little quirks to just how we just function in general. Where it's just like, it's neat. And I think people forget just how interesting we are. Good morning, youngster. Morning breeze in the forest is most agreeable. Needed. May I have a badge? Have a badge, do you? Let's see. I'm interested in the creatures of the sea. Yes. Cool. Perfect badge for us. I'm good, the badge will bring new badges. Seafood maniac. I mean, I do like me some good seafood. But yeah, the main difference between my Paladin and the Kronos is just... Well, again, this Kronos actually uses ammo. Technically the Paladin does too, because I use a lot of Tech 2 ammo, but energy crystals take absolutely forever to degrade and break. From 7 PM, I'm not probably gonna be around then. So like, one Tech 2, well, a set of Tech 2 energy crystals will probably last on average around 10,000 to 20,000 shots. Which makes them significantly cheaper to use than Tech 2 ammo, where every time you fire, you are expending ammo. And it's definitely a lot cheaper than running Navy stuff. Navy ammos have become a little ridiculous on price. They're not a huge amount more than they used to be, but there's still more. Muffin, I want you to have my microwave. No reason in particular. Here you go. Yeah, I'll take a microwave. Pretty handy things to have. It's not your style? Feel free to regift it. I promise I won't be offended. Margie! Good morning, Bucko. What's on your mind? Let's chat. It's nothing quite like eating a peach from Oracle, wouldn't you say? So you love them. I can get you one. Sure thing. So yeah, I basically need to calculate roughly 300 ISK times 4, and then however many times I need to do that per target to figure out how much ISK I'm expending per target. Which is gonna take actually doing more missions and figuring out how many shots am I expending per target. Forward to this. Wait, I've been with that for so long. It's as good as I hoped. Express my thanks. Please have my toaster. Microwave? Toaster? I'm building out a whole kitchen. So, hey, please. Exactly what I wanted. Thank you for listening. I mean, you asked for it like a few seconds ago. At this point, I'm more just doing a villager check. I still need to find the money rock, but I'm pretty sure I know which... Well, no, there's a couple rocks it could be. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I know what rock it is, but... I think there's like 2 rocks it could be. Hey, Gusto. Hey, Bucko. Good to see you, but I'm fresh out of tea, wee. Don't need. So watch out. My house just doesn't have enough stuff in it. It's too empty. Your pal, would you bring me some furniture I can put in my place? My man, it's hard to walk around your house. What do you mean you don't have enough stuff? You need a bigger house. But yeah, like... a lot of targets I know I'm definitely ISK positive on. I could be better off if I was using, well, the Paladin, but I bought the Kronos because, like, I can't fly the same ship forever. I need to change things up, or I'll get bored. Even if, functionally, they're doing the exact same thing, flying the Kronos does feel more, you know, it does feel different. It doesn't feel like more interesting or anything, but it definitely feels different from flying the Paladin, which was exactly what I was hoping for. And once I get my skills trained up to do it, I plan on also picking up a Vargr, the Minmatar Marauder. The only Marauder I don't want to pick up is the Golem, the Caldari one. And it's just simply because missiles are too large, too expensive. Like, there's just no positives to missiles. And like, you require so many random extra things to make missiles worth using, where it's just like, nah, man. If I'm gonna do missiles, I'm just gonna use, like, a Raven. Annalisa! Oh my, Steven! Knowing I might run into you in Oracle makes me want to visit here even more. Aww. Not gonna lie, I kinda regret letting Annalisa go, but I'm glad she's paying us visits. So it's like she hasn't left. Kind of. In a sort of way. So man, I still need to work out for today. I did manage, I think I might have mentioned this already, but I did manage a couple days ago to perfect heavyweight overlit in fitness boxing. And holy crap, is that song just an endurance challenge. Like, it's not the fastest, but it is for sure, I think, the longest song with the most punches. Like, it's near enough 5 minutes. And if you take the number of punches divided by the amount of time that the song takes up, you get like 2.04 punches per second. Coincidence. King Oracle Day, do a little shotgun fancy seeing you here as well. Yes, very fancy pants. Now, in reality, you're doing a lot more punches than that per second when there's actually punches, because there are a few breaks in the song where you just have a moment to catch your breath, basically. But, yeah. But it goes from being warm to hot, so people start switching their wardrobes pretty hurriedly. This means I gotta keep my machine producing enough to keep up with the demand. I really need to just buy more stuff. I can buy 4 things. I'll buy it. 23? Why not? Pretty sure this is a genie coat? Yeah, genie shirt. I'll buy it. Checkerboard skirt? I'll buy it. Actually reminds me, I saw a video of someone basically kind of making just a light joke of you know, to women / people who wear skirts all the time. Like, you know, they can name like all the different types of skirt, and like, and then you get guys who just, it's a skirt. And I'm in the it's a skirt category. Like, I don't know what every type of skirt is called. I know it's a skirt, and I know I think they look nice, but that's all I know. And like, the thought in the back of my head was like, yeah, and I could very easily see a lot of the people who could name like every type of skirt not being able to differentiate, you know, i7 processors. You know, I should really hang on to these, because I might, well, I'm gonna need them. Poppy! So I should choose from, I just can't make up my mind. Yeah, that is fair. Like, it's one of those things of like, oh, I could see, and I'm not saying this person is like that. They might, no, I'm just saying that as a general thing. But like, I've just encountered so many people who are quite smart. They know things from, you know, other walks of life and other trades, that like the moment they get into like tech, it's like, the sticker says i5. It's like, okay, but what i5? I don't know, it just says i5. It's like, do you not realize how little that narrows things down? Like, there are so many i5s. And I know I've got on this little ramble before, but like, pretty sure I can literally, without much effort, Whoop, I went too far. If I come to Passmark CPUs, let's just go socket type. We'll go LGA 1851, which is Intel's newest platform. So there's the least CPUs on this platform. I'm not ending the episode, I'm just gonna sit on the bench while I go through this. So if you have a computer with an Ultra 5, well, that could be an Ultra 5 255T, an Ultra 5 255, or 225, 225T, 225, a 245T, a 225F, a 235T, a 230F, a 235A, a 245, a 235, a 245K, 245KF, a 250K plus, a 250KF plus. Like, do you see how little just saying Ultra 5 narrows that down? Like, yeah, sure, it tells me there's an Ultra 5, which gives me a minimum, low end, and a top end. But I'm going to pull both of these up. Compare. So there is a roughly single-threaded difference of 10.1% between the worst and best Intel Ultra 5, but an overall CPU mark of 40.7% difference. Like, that's a big jump. So, like, it really doesn't help, but, like, people don't get that. They also generally don't know how to actually check what CPU is in their computer. Which, the easiest way to do it, if you're using Windows and you ever want to know what CPU is in your computer, right-click on your taskbar and open Task Manager. Then, navigate to Performance, and then click on the CPU tab. It will tell you right there, on the same line where it just says CPU at the top, it'll then tell you what your CPU is. In my case, an AMD Ryzen 7 9800 X3D 8-core processor. To a tech nerd, you don't need to include 8-core processor. Trust me, we know the 9800 X3D is an 8-core processor. But, you know, it tells you what your processor is. If you're not using Windows, I don't know how to help you with Mac. I really don't. I've never used a Mac. With Linux, CPU-Z should still work. So you install CPU-Z and then you check, but if you're not very tech savvy, what are you doing using Linux? Stop it. Get some help. Honestly, a lot of the times when someone's not very tech savvy and they're using Linux, it's because somebody has burdened them with Linux. That's usually what that means. I mean, like, I've thought, and I've even offered my mother, like, hey, you know, if you ever want, I could put Linux on your machine, where she's really not liking modern Windows. It's like, well, you know, Linux is a lot closer to an old operating system. It feels old, but the more I've used Linux myself, the more I'm seeing that as the IT nightmare that it would be. Because Linux is not self-explanatory. There we go. Like, it really... Linux is just not there. there has been, like, some security vulnerabilities found with Linux recently that, like, the process they use to, like, bug fix, this might be far-fetched, but if you put a fishing rod in a time capsule, then open it in a billion years, decided to change on the atomic level, what would you want? Glow in the dark. Seriously? It's so bizarre. I love it. I always knew you were super cool. Never afraid to just be you. Totally my hero. Aww. I mean, it would be cool. Like, I'd want it to glow in the dark. Yeah, peacock butterfly. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. But yeah, apparently how they, like, bug fix things is basically they'll post the bug fix to, like, the top-end kernel developers first. And that can cause problems when one of them doesn't get the memo that something is meant to be being kept under wraps until it's actually pushed through. And also means where Linux is open source, anyone watching the kernel side of things can just see any changes. So anyone could basically reverse engineer the changes to see why they're being done. Which could basically mean anybody could be prowling the kernel changelogs for exploits in Linux and then rush to exploit them and, you know, scam people, infect them with malware before it gets fixed, because they'll know how to exploit it. Which, yeah, that's kind of a problem with open source, and there being so many branches of the kernel, which, for those who don't know, like, big techie talk, and I'm not even the most well-versed on this, the kernel is basically the, like, base thing that Linux is built off of. It's effectively the ones and zeros that make all the other operating systems function. So basically an issue on the kernel is an issue for every version of Linux. At least built from whatever version of the kernel has this problem. Because it could be a new problem that crops up, you know. Yeah, like, it just kind of falls into the camp of something I know I've mentioned before, of like, Linux is so far fairly malware resistant because no one's developing malware for it. But the more exploits get discovered, the more people are going to be developing malware for Linux. And it'll be a lot of day zero malware, which basically means that a lot of the open source anti-malwares probably won't catch it. Ooh. Ashbrook butterfly. I think I've already had one of those. For a second I thought that was new, but it should still be worth a fair little chunk. Man, I can just yap through many topics, can't I? Started on Eve, now talking about kernels. 53. Okay, I think I'm just gonna sell. I will take the almost 40 bell loss and just sell now. Because if I wait, I'm probably just gonna lose even more. Oh, premium for bugs. At least a bug. I don't know if that's all bugs, because I think it would have been a lot more if it was all bugs. Yeah, it's just the Raja. Okay. Well, that's fine. Like, part of me wants to hold. Part of me wants to wait, but I know I shouldn't. Also, I picked up a couple Warhammer games today, because Humble Bundle's really cool. Okay. One of them I just bought, and the others I got in a big Humble Bundle of just Warhammer 40k games. Because, there's big sale going on for Warhammer 40k stuff. So I'm going to be playing around with those at some point. I just need to actually, like, take the time to sit down and play at some of them. I know one of them, Battle Sector, Warhammer 40k Battle Sector. I definitely want to pick up a couple of the other races in as their DLC before I play too much more of that, just because, like, it starts with, the Tyranid and the Space Marines. So it's not directly the Space Marines, it's a branch of them. I'm not a fan of either of them. So, yeah. Honestly, of the factions that they have, even as DLC, the ones that kind of stand out to me of things I would play is Orcs, because Orcs... I almost dug up the time capsule. And the Tau. Possibly Sisters of Battle, but I'm still not the biggest fan of them either. Really anything like Imperium, I'm just not a big fan of. Imperial Guard is probably closest, but I really like the Harlequin, but they're never going to show up in anything. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. It does hurt to take that loss on the turnips, but did I actually sell them or am I dumb? My brain can't remember if I sold them. Yes, I did. Okay. I love having bad memory. It's really fun. That's going to be it for today. I thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Leaf. See you all then.